The cookie. The patio offered just the right kind of light for his work. Pushing up the glasses on his nose, Paul focused intently on the canvas and raised his brush once again to help outline the ship's mast and the seascape he had been painting over the past year. The porch was a place of quiet. It was fully windowed in, a change to the original construction of the house, which was built many years ago on a hill overlooking the bay. Seabirds squawked overhead, unheard because of the barrier of the glass, as well as Paul's turned-down hearing aid. Portraits and figurines lined the shelves of the room, along with treasures both collected and made through the years. In front of Paul now was one of his ships in a bottle, a three-masted schooner that took 4 months to put together. It was this ship that was serving as the model for the ship that he was now painting in excruciating detail, complete with crew. If there was one thing that folks said about Paul, it was that he was extremely patient. Not so much for the young grandkids in the other part of the house, though. They had so much energy. Paul felt that young kids were better handled by their own parents and folks that could keep up with the games, toys, and constant motion that surrounded the young ones. As soon as politeness permitted, he snuck off to his retreat on the porch and ordered his mind once again to focus on his hobby. He carefully traced the line of the mast, this time with the darker brown for the shadowing. The brushstroke was perfect. As he was finishing the line, he heard what he thought was a buzzing coming from behind him, close. He turned to check out the source of the noise and saw his granddaughter Grace in the doorway, all her 6 years accounted for in her height. She was saying something. He turned up his hearing aid and heard her request. "Grandpa, would you like a cookie?" The plate she set on the table held the results of the project she and her grandmother had been working on this morning. "Sure, honey. What do you have?" Grace described the variety of cookies in detail: oatmeal raisin, snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, and some very brown chocolate chip cookies that she explained were now called chocolate crisp, left in the oven too long. His heart melted. Paul lingered over the plate and complimented Grace on their appearance, how well they were put together, how delicious they smelled. He picked out an oatmeal raisin and pridefully turned around, ready to make a big show out of enjoying the cookie for Grace's benefit. Grace's attention was focused on something else, however, as she stood at the canvas, brush in hand, pensively looking at the cookie she had just drawn on the painting. "There," she said. "Now they have something to eat." Horrified, Paul took a bite.